Salvete. We are continuing, picking it up in line 58, going to line 63. Juno is going to Aeolia and King Aeolus. We've heard a little bit about his cave of winds, and we're going to hear a little bit more about what the winds would do if Aeolus didn't restrain them, and how he restrains them. Ni faciat mariac terras caelumque profundum quipe ferrant rapidi secum verantque per auras, sed pater omnipotens speluncis abdidit atris, hoc metuens molemque montes in superaltos imposuit, regemque dedit, qui foedere certo et premeret laxa scire dare justus habenas. Ni is like nisi. It's if not. So it's a combination of si and nay, I guess. It's like a negative C. If he did not do this, and we're talking about Aeolus, and since we have a conditional sort of a statement here, we are using the present subjunctive of facio. If he did not do this, the rapidi, the swift winds, you got to put in, would ferrant, would carry, indeed, quipe, indeed, the swift winds, you got to put in venti, would carry, ferrant, or would bear, away the seas and the lands and the huge sky. So all these are objects of what the winds would carry away if Aeolus did not restrain them. And Aeolus is the subject of faciat, right? If he did not do this, and the this is restraining the winds, the winkleys and the carcere, which we just mentioned, and all that stuff in the sentence before. The swift winds indeed would carry away the seas and the lands and the huge sky, the profound sky. Secum, with themselves, this is an ablative, with the cum, secum, with them, and they would verant per auras. Verant, they would sweep away, and then you got to put all this stuff in again. They would sweep away the seas and the lands and the huge sky with them per auras, through the air. That's accusative there, through the air. So one more time. If he did not do this, temper their angers and all this stuff before, in the sentences before, the swift winds would indeed carry with them the seas and the lands and the huge sky, and sweep all these things with them through the air. Sed pater omnipotens, but the omnipotent Father, and who are we talking about? Jupiter, abdidit, hid them away. You got to put in them, meaning the ventos, hid the winds away. Speluncis atris, in dark caves. Hoc metuens, fearing, and then this is the object that goes with this participle here. This is a present active participle. Fearing this, meaning fearing all this stuff up here, that the winds are going to sweep everything away. So you could even start with this, fearing this, but the omnipotent Father, fearing this, hid them, meaning the winds, away in dark caves, and imposuit, another thing that he did, imposuit, and placed in super, above them, you got to put in again the wentos, above them, a mass and high mountains. So these are all the accusatives of the things that he placed above them. A mass and high mountains. Got some more alliteration going on here. Metuens molemque et montes in super altos, imposuit regemque. Got a lot of M sounds. So one more time. But the omnipotent Father, or the all-powerful Father, fearing this, hid the winds away in dark caves, and placed or imposed on above them, the winds, a mass and high mountains. And he gave he gave them, meaning to the winds, a king, a regem, who, and now we have this relative clause here. It's going to describe this king. Who, subject, who knew to premere, to press them, foedere certo, with a certain contract or a pact, and to dare, and to give laxas habenas, loose reins, and to do this iousis. This is modifying aeolus, so it goes with the qui. When, you gotta put in the word in English, I think, when ordered, and it means a Yahweh, a by Jove, a Yahweh. He's ordered by Jove. So Jupiter's gonna operate Aeolus. It's kind of this puppet king over the winds, and when he orders him to give loose reins, let the winds go and destroy something, I guess, then he'll do it. So one more time. The omnipotent Father, fearing this, hid them away, the winds, in dark caves, and placed above them a mass and high mountains, and gave to them, you got to put in eis or wentis, a king, who, this king, who, with a certain contract or pact, knew both to press them, apply pressure, I guess, or, have a strong hand with them, and to give loose reins when ordered. I see these things as being contrasts, to press them with force, or maybe with this contract, and then to give loose reins when ordered by Jove. Okay, that does it for these lines. Wale. We'll continue in the next video.